What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
That magic is based on an unknown theory. We can't rewrite the laws, and I doubt we'd defend against it.
Kerrion replied honestly. She was skilled in magic, but Milim's magic was on another level. They had always competed in terms of power, so she knew better than anyone how dangerous it was. At this point, Gabil asked a question.
If that's the case, couldn't the enemy have reflected Milim-sama's magic?
It was a good point. Gabil showed surprising insight. Milim responded.
Yes, it was reflected. That person has mastered spatial domination effectively. She specializes in computational power and can alter the flow of any directional magic, regardless of its nature.
Kerrion agreed.
I agree. I hate to admit it, but the bigger and more complex the magic, the easier it is for her to manipulate. Even with a base-triggered nuclear flame, she could predict the activation point and cut off that space to nullify it.
If the spell had no time lag, she wouldn't have time to deflect it, but it wouldn't be enough to deal a fatal blow. Kerrion felt as if she had lost a demon's greatest asset, the ability to read and fight with magic. It was frustrating to have an enemy proficient in magic.
I apologize. If I had known more about the Insectars, I could have prevented this danger.
Obara bowed her head in apology, but no one blamed her.
Well, that's how it goes.
That's right. We managed to reduce the enemy's numbers without any damage, so looking at the results, it was a great success.
True, since we're safe, there's no point in complaining. Let's focus on our next move.
Milim and Frey were correct. Kerrion's attack had significantly weakened the enemy, boosting the morale of the soldiers. It was better to capitalize on this momentum than to assign blame.
From now on, no more magic.
No objections.
Kerrion agreed with Frey's decision.
In that case, let's engage them directly.
Sounds like fun. I don't see their king, but they have about 8 generals. We have the same number of key fighters, so let's each take one.
Kerrion shared his thoughts as a member of the general's army, prompting Midley to say something rash. Kerrion joined in.
Perfect. Let's show them what real power looks like.
Haha, this could be interesting. I'll take on the one lounging over there.
The figure in front of her was Zess, perched on a flying Insectar. As the head of the insect generals, he had a powerful presence.
That's not fair. Then
No, Milim. You're the leader. You need to stay back.
That's right. If we're in trouble, we'll need you to step in and help.
Okay, I understand.
Frey, having stopped Milim from joining the fight, surveyed the battlefield and announced.
Then I'll handle that flying insect.
In her sights was Torun, a golden insect. With Kerrion and Frey taking the lead, the rest began to scramble.
In that case, I'll.
Kerrion, Gabil, and Midley all spoke up simultaneously, their eyes meeting.
Well, first come, first serve. No complaints, right? That's fine. It's been a while since I've had a real fight. Same here. Let's do this normally.
Without wasting time, the three dashed out of the castle, with the army following their lead. Thus, the Great War began. Geld bowed to Milim and left to take command, leaving only Milim, Obara, and Esprit behind.
Aren't you going?
To be honest,
Esprit said reluctantly.
I'm not strong enough. It's safer to watch the battle and provide support. If I push myself too hard and lose, I'll just be a burden.
It was a wise choice. For once, Esprit wasn't shirking her duties.
You're right. Underestimating the insect generals could be dangerous. I don't have much experience fighting them, but I know they're formidable opponents.
Many of Obara's friends had been killed by Insectars. In particular, Zess, the one Kerrion was approaching, was known to be a challenge even for Zelario. Obara herself wasn't confident she could defeat him. Therefore, the 3 remaining members decided to wait and observe the battle. Kerrion, leading the charge, was the first to confront the enemy.
A nuisance.
With that, she mowed down a group of enemies, making her way across the battlefield. At the far end, she fired her golden gun at Zess, who remained unfazed. He easily dodged the supersonic bullet, treating it as a trivial toy.
Not bad at all.
Kerrion was impressed. She transformed the golden gun into a golden-bladed military sword.
I'm Kerrion, the one who will end your life.
Don't be ridiculous! You will have to wait until I am serious before making such claims.
With those words, their battle began. Simultaneously, Frey jumped into action. The soaring flock surrounded her without waiting for orders, and Milim's guards followed suit. Their role wasn't strictly to guard Milim, especially during wartime. Milim didn't need protection, and with Obara still present, Frey could fight freely. While dispatching flying insects, Frey engaged Torun. Torun, an insect general with a shiny metallic exoskeleton, was a robust and not very intelligent foe. He was surprisingly large, standing at 2 meters tall, and capable of agile flight using his dragonfly-like wings. Frey realized Torun was troublesome when he dodged her first attack mid-air. His compound eyes allowed him to see her movements in slow motion. Although Torun lacked Frey's straight-line speed, he could predict her moves, making it easy to evade her attacks. Torun didn't have special skills. His strength lay in his exoskeleton, predictive abilities, and flight speed. His fists were made of a special bioorganic steel called alienium, surpassing even adamantite in strength, reaching mythical grade level. Despite being inferior to Frey in existence value, Torun was superior in combat ability. Frey, who had planned to take down the enemy general quickly, was about to face a significant challenge. However, Torun made a critical error.
Ha! Slowpoke! You're no match for my speed!
Huh?
This single remark infuriated Frey. Milim often mentioned that Frey was not mild-mannered and that anyone making foolish comments would soon regret it. Torun would soon learn this lesson firsthand. Gabil followed Frey with the Hiryu.
Everyone, the enemy is an Insectar, like Zijin Dono and Apito Dono. You know how strong they are, so stay alert.
Gabil's warning was met with nods from his subordinates. They had experienced harsh training in the labyrinth and knew the danger. Kakushin, Sukaru, and Yashichi followed Gabil, clearing the sky of insects with his breath.
Hey, Gabil-sama! Are you going to help Frey-sama?
If she's in trouble, I'd be happy to.
Gabil seemed uneasy with Yashichi's question. He knew Frey wouldn't appreciate his interference, but his concern lay elsewhere.
Gabil-sama, there's someone over there who looks dangerous.
Sukaru had spotted the individual Gabil was worried about.
Yes, he resembles Apito Dono, but his presence feels much more menacing.
Kakushin echoed Gabil's concern. Gabil had sensed that this creature was even more threatening than Apito. Though Apito's existence value was lower than Gabil's, they were evenly matched in combat. Gabil always had to give his all to face Apito, but this new opponent felt even more intimidating. Gabil's instincts warned him, this guy is dangerous. The creature's name was Beathop, an insect general with the traits of a bee and a grasshopper. Gabil felt unsure about what to do. He was responsible for the lives of his subordinates, and Rimuru had ordered him not to die. Engaging in an unwinnable fight was not an option. Though inspired by Kerrion's and Midley's enthusiasm, Gabil wasn't eager for a life-or-death battle. He wanted to prove himself but not at the cost of his life. Besides, if he got seriously hurt, Soko might shut him out. He remembered how hard it was to get back into her good graces after making her cry last time. Gabil remembered those bitter moments. He knew he shouldn't give up his advantage of flight by challenging a dangerous opponent unnecessarily. He decided to find an easier target. However, this plan was naive.
Hey, don't run away!
Beathop was a formidable insect general. In an instant, he closed the distance and was floating in front of Gabil.
What?
Thanks to his experience with Apito's speed, Gabil reacted to Beathop's kick just in time. His vortex spear, now upgraded to mythical grade, withstood the impact. Beathop, like Torun, had alienium exoskeleton on his limbs, head, and torso. His slender body and flight speed exceeded Torun's, making him a cheat-like opponent in combat. While his defense matched Torun's, his attack was even stronger. His existence value was higher than Gabil's. Frey would have been a more suitable opponent, making this fight a heavy burden for Gabil. Yet, with no escape possible, Gabil resolved to fight and win.
There is no shortage of opponents. My name is Gabil. Rimuru-sama has granted me the title of Draco Lord.
Gabil announced, facing Beathop. Kerrion dashed across the battlefield, pursued by an insect general with spider-like limbs on his back.
A bard is my name, and you will fall by my hand.
Spare me the talk. Don't make claims you can't back up.
As they ran, their battle intensified. Kerrion's divine strength was formidable. In a one-on-one fight, without worrying about future consequences, he could have unleashed a burst roar and defeated a bard already. But this was a battlefield with other insect generals around, so he couldn't reveal his secret techniques. Moreover, unlike in the labyrinth, death here was final. Survival was the priority, so Kerrion aimed to fight efficiently, preserving his strength. He believed his opponent to be of a lower rank, which influenced his decision. Against a truly powerful foe, Kerrion would have fought without hesitation. But his instincts told him he would win this battle. A Bart's existence value was less than half of Kerrion's. While a Bart, like the other insect generals, had abilities focused on combat, so did Kerrion. In this fight, Kerrion held the advantage. Midley faced Saril, whose body was drenched in a poisonous liquid. His reddish-purple exoskeleton was made of alienium, and his tail secreted a deadly poison that could kill anyone it touched. Saril, the poisonous scorpion, was a tough opponent for hand-to-hand fighters, but that didn't faze Midley.
That's a problem.
You're one unlucky bastard to be facing me.
Unlucky? You're mistaken. In battle, luck doesn't matter.
Ha!
Sure, there are lucky punches and underdogs winning, but those are due to skill and hard work. Reducing them to luck devalues the effort.
What's your point, bastard?
Simply put, I'm strong.
With that, Midley vanished, or rather, he used instant move to close the distance in a blink. Saril was sent flying by a punch to the face.
It stings a bit, but you get used to it.
Midley's fist smoked purple from Saril's poison. His body was protected by an energy barrier from his battle will. The poison was deadly enough to corrode it, but Midley remained unfazed.
What the hell? You're poisoned and you don't care.
It's my fighting spirit. If I couldn't handle this, I wouldn't be Milim-sama's sparring partner.
Midley's shout rattled Saril. At first glance, Midley didn't seem strong, which confused Saril.
No way. How can he punch my exoskeleton barehanded and be fine? What's going on?
Despite his doubts, Saril still believed he would win. A mere human couldn't harm an insect general. But this was naive. Midley might look human, but he was a true dragonute like Gabil.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rossan, Jarius Ladek, Ray Perez, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, Sanketh Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Thomas, J, Christ, Joshua Cousins, Vethelny, Khaled, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Kamal Ebanks, Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyrus, Alver, Normal Defate, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J. Rule, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Ekotski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Guy Ansley, Simon Road, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadal, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Kamal Luke, Spencer Candila, Ian Sekibuyol, Putate, Thanacorn Lee Sawat, Lamar, KACP9R, Tony, The Harv, Mike Roch, Matthew Abraham, Drayden Yamauchi. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.